Do you want to increase your armor rating and weapon damage? Is the armor skill worth it, and what's the fastest way to level it to level 100? Well, fortunately, you can reach level 100 armoring skill in minutes by equipping the Amulet of Disintegration on and off repeatedly to destroy all of your armor, and then repairing it with Unbreakable repair hammers. I'll explain how to do this later on in the video, everything is timestamped below. But first, let's quickly go over why the armor skill is one of the most underrated skills in Oblivion Remastered. Now, the first thing you need to understand is that when your armor gets damaged below 100% health, it will also reduce the amount of physical damage resistance that armor is providing. So even if you have a full set of Deadric armor, if it has 0 health and it's broken, it's going to be like wearing no armor at all. The same thing happens to broken weapons. They will deal considerably less damage. So obviously this means that we need to keep our armor repaired by either using repair hammers or going to a weapon or armor merchant and asking them to repair our gear for a fee of gold. But here's why it's much better to repair your own armor and weapons yourself. Firstly, you obviously need to be level 25 to repair magical and enchanted armor and weapons. Once you reach level 50 armor skill, your repair hammers will last twice as long. But the best perk unlock is at level 75 armor skill. This perk lets you over repair your armor and weapons past 100% health. Then it will actually boost the physical armor resistance you get from your armor. So your armor just becomes even better. Doing this allows you to easily reach the armor cap of 85% physical damage reduction with both heavy and light armor sets. You can also repair your weapons to 125% too. And as you can see, this Deadric Claymore with 100% health does less damage than the one with 125% health that we've over repaired. So if you do this on bows and daggers, it also multiplies with sneak attacks for even more damage. Then finally, at level 100, your repair hammers will now never break. This will save you money and also time, but you can actually already get Unbreakable repair hammers at level 1 armor skill. So here's how to never break a repair hammer in Oblivion Remastered. Firstly, we need to unlock the spellcrafting altar. You can unlock the spellcrafting altar in Oblivion Remastered at level 1. To do this, you must first travel to Frostcrag Spire, which is the giant wizard's tower on top of the mountain located in the far north of the map, just northeast from the town of Bruma. If you follow the road to the northeast, then you can go behind and up and around to the top of the mountain just by following the paths, which is much easier than trying to jump up it. Once you arrive at Frostcrag Spire, you're going to find that the front door is locked. Don't worry, you can find the key just to the left if you jump off the rocks here at the back of the tower. The key can be found in a chest right next to the abandoned campsite, and that key is going to allow you to open the door. Once you go inside, read the book on the Icy Claw, and then it's going to give you a new quest marker to furnish your property. To do this, we need to fast travel over to the Imperial City Market District, and once you arrive, you're going to walk to the right and then go along the shops here, and at the end you're going to find the Mystic Emporium shop. Once you enter, you're going to want to speak with a she-elf and see what she has for sale. It's here that we're going to be able to buy all the furniture for Frostcrag Spire, though we specifically need the candles box, which costs around 2,000 to 3,000 gold each. You'll only need one for the spellcrafting altar, and the other one would be used for the enchanting altar, so it's still very useful to grab both. And if you don't have enough money, check out my unlimited gold farming method for how to make 1,000,000 gold in a few minutes. After you've grabbed that, we can fast travel back to Frostcrag Spire and go inside. At the back on the left hand side, we're going to find the spell crafting altar. Just activate it to add the candles on, and now we can start crafting spells. But remember that to craft a spell, you'll first need to have casted that spell type at least once before, and then it's unlocked at the altar for you to make your own version. Next, you can create an Unbreakable repair hammer in Oblivion Remastered by traveling here on the map southwest of the Imperial City's waterfront, just on the edge of this island where the Red Ring Road crosses the river. Exactly where my map marker is positioned. At this location, you're going to find the unmarked Tower Stone that lies on the water's edge, right in front of the Imperial City. If you activate this Doomstone, which needs to be done at nighttime, you'll unlock the Master's Hand spell. Now this spell has the effect of fortifying your armor skill by 20 points for 120 seconds. But if you just cast it once, you'll then unlock the ability to craft any Fortify skill spell at the spell crafting altar. We can craft ourselves the Fortify Armor spell. Just click on the Fortify skill option that's now appeared on the left, then change the skill on the right hand side to the Armorer skill. Now we're going to change the target to ourself, and then we can boost the magnitude of the spell to 100. And you only need the duration to be 1 second. This makes it very cheap to craft and only costs us 21 magicka to actually cast the spell. And we can also cast it with a very, very low level of restoration skill. We're going to name it Reparo Hammer. And now if you cast this spell and immediately open your inventory, this will stop time completely. So the 1 second duration doesn't matter. You can then check your armor skill and it's been boosted by 100 temporarily. So now you've unlocked the level 100 armor skill perk, so your repair hammers will never break as long as this is active. And if you go to your repair hammers, you'll see it's actually changed from break chance to being unbreakable. GG Bethesda. Alternatively, you could just use the duplication glitch to make hundreds of repair hammers, which do weigh a lot to carry around, but the advantage of this is that you can skip the spell crafting and you'll get slightly more experience, but you will end up breaking tons of hammers. Really, the difference here is quite minimal. So if you want to do it that way, I have a guide linked below on how to do the duplication glitch, if you want a full tutorial. Next though, we need to find a way of repeatedly damaging our armor quickly so we can repair it over and over. And there are actually two methods to do this. The first one that everyone always suggests is that you can craft a spell to disintegrate your own armor. To do this, you will need to fast travel to Skingrad Mage's Guild just here on the map. You're going to find and talk to the lady in the blue dress called Adrienne Barain. She'll then sell you the Corrode Armor spell during her work hours. If you just cast this spell once, you can then unlock it at your spell altar. Then we can go to the spell altar and craft the custom spell to disintegrate your own armor on yourself by 100 points for only 1 second. But this is actually a very slow and terrible way of doing things because you only damage your armor by 100 points per cast. So it would actually take us over 30 casts of this spell to fully disintegrate a Deadric armored chest piece, which would be very slow to do. And it's also going to level up our destruction skill, which you might not want if you're playing a warrior build. So the best and fastest method to destroy your armor is to get the Amulet of Disintegration. And when you equip this, it will immediately destroy a random piece of armor or weapon that you have equipped by doing 10,000 points of damage to it. So we're going to grab this, then I'll show you the farming strategy. You can get this amulet for yourself south of the Imperial City in the Shivering Isles. To reach this new area, you need to go to the east of Breville to this island in the middle of the lake called A Strange Door, right here on the map. And you can see Bruma there in the distance. Then if you turn around, you can see a three-headed statue with the portal in its mouth, opening up into the Shivering Isles. And if you go inside and then take a seat in this room, you can speak to Haskell and start this absolutely massive quest line. It's actually one of the best DLC quest lines that Bethesda ever did and included in the Oblivion Remaster. But all we need to do is head straight to the gate located here on the map, kill the gatekeeper, or you can enjoy the storyline around him because it's really cool. But once he's dead, you can loot him for the keys to the gate, and then we can enter the open world of the Shivering Isles by just passing through the gates here. And then if we look at the map, you can see north from the starting area of the Fringe on the bottom left there, we need to go to this dungeon called Milcher, which is located just here on the map of the Shivering Isles. You can literally follow the pathway until you get there. It's a big tree protected by large spriggan-like creatures. So just go inside, and once you arrive and enter the dungeon, you can then zoom into the map. This will then open the local map, and if you head to the east side of the first room, just through this door that says Milcher Tyras, it will bring you to this next room. And you're just going to want to run across this next room to the east once again, and then go to the south to this door just here called Milcher Chatterhall. And in this next room, you're going to find a ritual torch at the back of the room in a lit fire brazier. Now to pick it up, you need to hold down the pickup button. and then you'll kind of grab onto it and you can move it around, and we can use it to light all the 3 braziers in order. And once all 3 of them are lit, we can then loot the container in the middle of the room for the Amulet of Disintegration, which deals 10,000 damage to a random piece of armor or weapon that you have equipped. So now we're set up with our necklace and either Unbreakable repair hammers or Unlimited repair hammers. This is how you level up your armor skill stupidly fast in the Elder Scrolls Remastered. Firstly, we need to take off all our weapons and armor apart from the strongest heavy armor cuirass that you own. I'm using the Deadric heavy armor because it has a total health of 2,700 once it's 100% repaired. Then we can go and equip the Amulet of Disintegration, and because this is the only thing we're wearing, it's going to deal 10,000 damage to the Deadric armor, immediately breaking it. Now we can cast the Unbreakable repair hammer spell and start repairing our Deadric armor set with the Unbreakable hammer until the armor is fully repaired. And then we just equip our amulet again to break the armor and then repair it again, and we just keep doing that repeatedly until we reach level 100 armor skill. And again, if you're using the unlimited hammers method by duplicating them, it is going to be faster for you because you're less efficient at repairing the armor. And this is by far the fastest way to level your armor skill up to level 100 in Oblivion Remastered. Obviously though, if you can't find the Deadric armor to do this, check out the guide linked below where I show you how to do that, since it makes this method even faster when you have a large armor health pool to damage and repair. Also, if you want, you can just equip all of your armor and then you can just take the amulet on and off repeatedly to break your whole armor set. However, because it's random, sometimes it will break things that are already broken, so you'll have to take it on and off a few times to actually break your whole armor set. But then when it comes to repairing, you can just smash the repair button and instantly repair your whole set, which overall makes it stupidly fast to level up your armor skill.